live one-on-one conversation. 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comers with the it factor. It's the Jazzie K.Ward coming at ya. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Tune in, chime in, sit back, relax. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Live from WKRW, welcome to Artist Talk, a live one-on-one conversation with your host, the man with the golden voice, Jazzie K.Ward.
Hey, I was grooving a little bit. What's up, y'all?
Welcome. I missed the theme music, Jazzie. We're back.
We are back, my friend. Dr. G, don't you look beautiful, as always?
You look ever so handsome.
Thank you
A little
so much.
older, a little wiser. I love it.
Yeah, I just celebrated a birthday. I just turned the big 5-0, April the 28th. I was looking forward. I thought you were going to fly in for my birthday.
What had happened was...
We always do that. See, what had happened was, but life been life, and I don't know about for you, but what's been going on in your neck of the woods in the Big Apple, the big city?
Allergies. Just one word, allergies. And for some reason, I feel like we go up and down this roller coaster. It gets better, it gets worse. This year, it was a little crazy. I don't know if we had a little heat wave and then it just calmed down, went back and forth. But I got a little tip for that. If you get those sticky eyes at night, just do that little rinse with your eyes and some nice eye solution. Put your little eye drops in, and then use like an ointment for your eyes, which is like mineral oil and petroleum. Put in your eyes and go to bed. You'll be good to go. No sticky eyes in the morning.
Well, that's a good thing. And also, when you talk about your eyes and being sticky, you're talking about germs and all of that. I pulled out my book, Nia the Germinator, and she helped me. Tell me about that.
So, Nia is a little girl who fights those four germ brothers, Bacteria, Frank the fungus, Vic the virus, and Prote the protozoa. So she goes around doing her little job and helping these little kids keep their rooms clean, and some grown folks too.
Well, that's important. That's very important.
Very important.
When you think about, when I was thinking about germs, and I know your book talks about that a lot. But you know what? If you sit there and watch people enough, I'm in the airport enough, right? And you wonder why we have so many germs, the way you watch people, and people don't realize what they do. And in the airport, the plane, people cough. It was a dude next to me on the airplane, and it takes me a minute. I said, "Sir," I just kind of tapped him on the shoulder. Next time you cough, I need you to cover your mouth. They're like, what?
And make sure they cover it with their arm, not their hand, because they cover with their hand and then they touch everything. So you're just still spreading the love,
Right.
And I always say when the pandemic came, a lot of us, one of the things that was beneficial of the pandemic, not many things, but one thing was that the numbers went down for flu season and stuff too, because why? People were washing their hands. Simple washing your hands, 20-second rule. Sing the alphabet song. Wash your hands, dry your hands.
Wash your damn hands. You know, wash your damn
You
hands.
should have been washing them anyway, but whatever.
That's true. All right, but Dr. D, I'm so excited to be back. I see our friend Kenneth Wynn is here with us.
Kenneth, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for those loyal people that come back. We take breaks, we take hiatuses, we have other jobs. You know, we always say life is lifing. And then we don't want to come back and do it what we call half-assed. So when we come back, we come back. And you see, look, I wore your little shirt, Jazzie, the one I made for you.
I know. Dr. G made the shirts. I was gonna say I need a blue. I need some more. So we'll talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So people always ask about that. Shame on you. I said, shame on you if you don't know who I am. Shame on you if you don't know who you are.
Hashtag shame on you.
And shame on you if you don't know our special guest tonight. And so I've been knowing this brother for quite some time. Have you ever heard of Andre Delano?
Shame on me.
Yeah. Shame on you. He's gonna get you.
Well, I've heard of him recently. I did hear of him recently because, of course, when Jazzie hears something, Jazzie is not a gatekeeper. He does share. So he did share the love.
Sharing is caring. But before I get into his bio and tell you all the amazing things about it, hey, Mads, I see Mads Johnson. She's another awesome recording artist who I plan to have on the show. Shame on me. She hadn't been on here yet, but she's coming, y'all.
Okay.
And so right now I'm going to play a little snippet video, a little bit about Andre, and you're going to see it right here on Artist.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Andre Delano.
That. Listen, give me a new video made now. I feel like I gotta get it together. This is crazy. That was wonderful.
We got to get it together. Andre gonna have to do us a video for our show. You're gonna have to kind of show us how to put all that together, because me and Dr. G, we need a new intro. I'm trying to come up with a new intro for the show with me and Dr. G, and we love that. But if you look at Andre, the brother just, he looks like a star, doesn't he?
The it factor. The it factor.
He definitely has that it factor. Now, when you think about Andre Delano, he's an artist whose music mirrors the depth of his remarkable journey, from his roots in East St. Louis, Illinois, to becoming a dynamic force in the music industry. After a highly successful 7 years run with the legendary Kenny Babyface Edmonds, you heard me say the name, Babyface, right? Delano is focused on his upcoming self-titled project, Andre Delano. His first single, if you not have heard this song, Love Against All Odds, Shame on You. It is out now. His website, which will be streaming on the screen, andredelano.com. Wherever music is sold and streaming, go download it. It's about support people. The music is available. It is out. Produced by Big Mike Hart Jr., which I didn't know that. I'm a big fan of that, brothers. We'll talk a little bit about that. Also co-written by Andre Delano as well. Andre has shared the stage with many like Maxwell, of course, Babyface, Lionel Richie, Usher, Christina Aguilera, Cameo, New Edition, and many, many more. His music has been licensed by major corporations and featured in over 100 recordings. And I'm honored to have this brother on the show. And let's give a warm round of applause to international recording artist Andre Delano.
Woo! Where you at? Where you at?
Where you at?
He bees right here. He bees right here.
Man,
He bees right here.
I got to get you. You know, I got you just I ain't heard of. I don't know who he is. Where yeah, all that. Just
Let me tell you something right now. There's a time to be humble and there's a time not. And this is one of those times that we are not. Listen, you earned it. You've done it. We're going to flaunt it a little bit. Okay?
Of course.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
You know, so this is not a question. So I was getting a lot of like tweets and text messages, Andre. Do you ever get this?
What's that?
People was like, is that Maxwell? Is he related to Maxwell? Is that his brother?
Oh my God. I don't know. I mean, when he first came out with Urban Hang Suite and I was in the band, I mean, I think I would get that sometimes. I grew my hair too. I think all of us grew our hair doing the Maxwell first big hair
Right.
entrance. And we all kind of had big hair. And I don't know, but no, not related. Not related. Talented brother. It was an honor to play with him, honor to be in his band.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. How long were you in his band?
From the very beginning of Urban Hang Suite until he took his hiatus. He did the Sade and did 8 years gone. Just where is Maxwell? We don't know. So that's what happened. And then he came back on that BET show, Al Green joint, and just killed it. He just killed it.
Killed it.
He just killed it.
So that.
Okay, I love that. And so again, my brother, welcome to the show. And as we were talking in the green room, you know, you're gonna hear it factor and shame on you. Again, shame on me for taking quite some time to have this brother on the show. You know, it's just
good, man. Like, you know, like you say, life is lifing, right? And I have been on the road like with a lot of different people, and this project is long overdue. So I don't know, when did we meet? Around the Maso Fine project or something like that, or what it was?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Wow.
So that was 2008. I mean, I put out singles since then, but you know, this is 2025. That was a while ago. So it's time. It's time to resurface. I've been in the cave.
Okay. Wait, now, brother, you are out of the cave.
Yes.
And you are back. You're back with this new single, Love Against All Odds, which we're going to talk about a little later in the show. You're going to see a performance from Andre. I mean, the song is amazing, y'all. The song is beautiful. So before we kind of get into the grit of things, I do this segment, Andre, called like the real you.
Okay.
It's just,
oh yes, here we go.
Here
we go. Here we go.
Okay. What's up?
But listen, it's very laid back. Don't feel pressured. Just whatever comes out, just go with that. Just go with that.
Dr. G, pressure makes diamonds. I'm good. Let's go.
Okay, we'll take that. I'm a size big diamond.
Hint.
I love just some questions. I try to stick to about 3 questions where we ask our guests outside of your professional, just so the audience, whoever go back and watch the replay of this show, can get to know you a little bit better. Okay.
Got you.
And so my first question is, like, what's a typical day look like for you?
Let's talk about today.
Okay.
Here it is.
Okay, let's go.
So I got up, I went to my trainer, and congratulations on the birthday. I heard that the big 50. You just joined the club, and so my trainer is 31, and he thinks I'm 31, and
okay,
it was rough. It was rough. But to add injury to insult, I've also been going. We have what is called Cahokia Mounds. It's actually an Indian reservation out here, and so on Tuesdays and Wednesdays I go to the mounds, and we're talking about stairs that extend 100 feet up. Okay. Wow. And it's like climbing to heaven. And so I go up 5 times and I come down 5 times. And I feel every bit of it. My calves will never be the same. So you know, get the workout in, come home, let the dog out, get in the studio. Today I was editing. I did a prom send off Saturday. I had 2 gigs on Saturday, prom send off, and then I went to a corporate gig in St. Louis at the Coronado Hotel. It's big back here in the Midwest. Maybe it's big everywhere now. I don't know. It wasn't that big when we were in high school and we did our proms. We was lucky that Dad gave us the car, and we did our thing, right? We got a suit and went to the prom. This girl booked a building and had all the family members come. It was red carpet, all kind of fancy cars in the parking lot. Me on saxophone, strolling, playing through and stuff like that. And it was a really, really big deal. And I was like, should I do a prom? First of all, I was like, what is a prom send-off? I was like, what is that? So yeah, I agreed to do it. We did it, and it was kind of dope. It looked like a wedding. It looked like a wedding. I mean,
So what do they do for graduation?
Sure.
Huh?
I said, what do they do for graduation if you do that for the prom send-off? What do you do for graduation?
I don't think anything can top this prom send-off.
Wow.
I don't. So anyway, so I did that. So today I was editing that, and I was trying to figure out what videos I'm going to put up. And it's kind of cool because I'm just like walking through the crowd, just serenading people. And this little cute girl was like mesmerized. And so I'm bending down, playing to her. So it's going to be real cool. I just, this whole content creation and doing that, I'm not sure if I'm the best at it, but I just like to do what feels good. So anyway, yeah, so that, and doing I have no problem taking naps either. I just want to say that. I work hard, I stay up late sometimes, and a nap is sometimes warranted, and I enjoy them very much. But no, outside of that, it's music. I do yard work. I got the little trimmer, and I make use of my time. I like public transportation, which is weird, but I do. I like public transportation when you're not forced to use it.
Right.
When you got your car in the driveway and you just go take it just because you just want to experience it. I did that today as well. I was on the bus. I was on the subway. I did all that. It's kind of cool. I met a whole lot of Dr. G's who didn't know who Andre Delano was. It was kind of cool. It was refreshing just to be out, and no one was like, "Oh my God!" No one said that. So yeah, hey, Dr. G.
Yeah, listen, hey, don't take no shots at me, but I know now, so I'm not one of those people anymore. I have a question though. Why is it like as we get older, the things that we were forced to do as kids that we didn't want to do, we enjoy doing now? Like I can't wait to be in bed by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, right.
I want to take a nap. I want to take a nap. I want to take a nap. I would be happy to take a nap. Growing up, you didn't want to do that stuff, but now you be like, take a nap. Let's go. Let's go.
I just think the older you get, you just see the value in it, and there's times when you just can't keep your eyes open. You try, and you just pay attention to the body and lay down. I think that's good. I remember taking public transportation as a kid because my father's car broke down. See, that's the difference. We had to take it then. And it's just
we didn't have a car, so I get it. We didn't have a car.
Yeah, so I mean, I remember with my kids, we would just take it. I would, in LA, we would just go down to the subway, just take it for the hell of it, just for people watch. Wow. It's kind of cool. So
see, in New York, there's a bus and a train on every corner, and it comes like if you miss one is coming. So for us, that's the normal way of life. It can, I mean, to get 2 miles in the city can take you an hour. You'd better to walk or hop on a train or a bus.
Absolutely. California, though, you need a car. Because everything is so spread out. Good luck walking. But the 405 freeway, the way that traffic is, you want to be somebody new. That's what you do.
I'm gonna stay on the East Coast. But the one thing I found in Florida that I thought was startling to me, you have sidewalks to nowhere. You could be on the sidewalk and walking, and then it's just a swamp. Like where's this thing with the sidewalks to nowhere?
That's true.
That's true.
So question, Jazzie. That's a typical never no rhyme reason, because as a creative, you sometimes how some people go to work and they don't really feel like it, but you got to go anyway.
I did this morning.
Here's the thing about music: if I don't feel like it, how am I going to inspire you? So there's a certain type of inspiration that has to start with me.
Right.
So I can perform it on the mic so that it reaches you. Because I've done performances or recordings where I just didn't feel it. And I listened to it a couple of days later and I'm like, I can't use that. I don't feel nothing. I almost cursed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand that because we all have those moments, right? When
Right.
you really just don't feel like doing a lot of things, but in this day and time, we have to work, we have to keep pushing, and sometimes we push ourselves, sometimes a little too far. And I
Right.
think we have to listen to ourselves.
Mhm.
And so another question, I think, kind of somewhat segues me into my another question I wanted to ask you. I was thinking about something and something I've been working on for quite some time
Uh-huh.
when it comes to my mental health and boundaries
Yes. Wow.
and learning how to say no
Yeah.
and just mean no.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I have always been that no, I'm not able to because
Mm-hmm.
You got to explain it. You got to remember,
that
no is a complete sentence. No is a complete sentence. It's no.
Yeah.
And sometimes when it comes to mental health, you have to say no and be okay with saying no. You can't feel guilty of saying no because when it comes to certain people, you can say yes a million times.
Right.
The one time you say no, you are the worst person in the world. So you
Exactly.
got to look at that balance. And then I'm going to get another hashtag, hashtag SYADSW.
what that mean?
Sit your ass down somewhere.
I love her. She is liberal. I love that.
That's
Okay,
true.
because sometimes we keep going, we keep going, we keep going. And when you start to give so much of you, it wind up becoming where you start to resent people now because you feel like there's no reciprocity in there. And you
Right.
don't give to get, but you will hope that sometimes people would just say, I've asked Jazzie for $1 million. Let me just stop sometimes. Or we
Mhm.
ask Andre to come and produce all the time and play all the time, and he says yes. Sometimes you will hope that they can consider your feelings, but people are selfish. And at some point, you have to be selfish when it comes to you. You got to
That's
find that
true.
balance. So
Right.
remember, no is a complete sentence. I don't have to explain why. Don't ask me what you doing. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. What do you want?
Right. That's true. That is so true. And so, Andre, my
'Cause
question
that's
is
how it
like,
start. That's how it start. What you doing? It doesn't matter what I'm doing. What do you want? Because if I'm
Right.
gonna say no, if I'm sitting here picking my nose, if I'm gonna say no, I'm just gonna say no.
right.
That
That's
becomes
true.
that manipulation spirit where you say, "Well, I just
Mm,
asked you what you were doing. You weren't doing anything. So why can't you come
Hmm.
do this?"
Right.
mm.
Yeah.
The question is no. What do you want?
Right. And so, Dre, segue back to the question is out of your everyday professional life, your personal life,
Uh,
how does Andre Delano create boundaries? What do you do to protect yourself and your mental health?
Great question, man. I had to learn how to say no. I had to learn how to say no. And it's funny, I was put in a situation where it wasn't that difficult to say no because when I first got to LA, I was playing with a lot of blues acts, like
Mhm.
old school blues acts too. The guys that are no longer around, like Johnny Guitar Watson and Solomon Burke. I mean, people that were, you know. And I remember we did a couple of shows at the House of Blues with Solomon, and the pay back then, oh my God, I'm embarrassed to say, it was like $175 for his show. And he called me up one time, and he was like, we're gonna take the show on the road. And I was like, oh really? Gonna go on the road? That's great. Where we going? We're going to Rome.
Ooh.
Italy. We're going.
Ooh,
I said, oh really?
let's drink some tea on that one. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I was getting excited. I was like, that is really great. I was like, okay, we're going to Rome, whatever. I said, Mr. Burke, I said, well, so how much are you paying in Rome? Because I know what the pay is here. He said, we're gonna pay you the same thing in Rome.
Uh-huh.
Hashtag no, we not.
And I just paused. I didn't. I mean, because I didn't want to disrespect him because my impulse would have disrespected him. I
Mhm.
said, Mr. Burke, I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call
Mhm.
you. So I took a moment because, like I said, the first no is always the hardest. By the way, once
Yeah.
you get that first no,
Agree.
after that it gets easier, right?
Right.
So I was pacing. I remember pacing. I think I washed my face. I was like really just trying to get myself together. Called him back, went straight to his voicemail because I guess maybe he figured I would say no. And I just respectfully said, Mr. Burke, thank you so much for this offer, but there's no way I'm gonna go to Rome and you're gonna pay me $175. I mean, just the flight alone. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just like, so I had never heard from Mr. Burke after that.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. That was it.
Wow.
But
Everything happens for a reason.
this is old school stuff. Absolutely. Um, but no, I think that creating boundaries is very, very important. It's funny, every time I leave a real high powered gig like a Babyface or a Maxwell or a Lionel Richie, I have to take time for me. Talk about mental health, because you go from 5-star everything, 6-star, 7-star, private jets, everything, and then you just that one guy on the bus next day, and it's like it went from that to this, and so I just I go in the cave. I just separate myself. I have to just kind of really get my mentals together, and when you come back out in front of people, it has to be something special.
Right.
That people want to see. You cannot drag those mental problems from that last gig to your new gig. You just cannot do that. Right. And the audience members, they're perceptive. They can pick up on what's wrong. They may not know what's wrong, but they can pick up on that something is wrong.
Okay.
And that's not what you want to give as an entertainer. You want to be on so that people can feel what you're feeling. So boundaries are very important. And I won't say I've mastered being able to say no, but I have mastered the thought of being called an asshole.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. It excites me. Yeah, I can be very, very shrewd, and it's somebody that turns me on.
Okay, listen. I'm listening to him talk, and I heard him say, you can't let the one thing from the previous gig go into this gig. And I just heard a word in church the other day that talked about time traveling.
Yeah.
And we have to stop being time travelers. We got to stop worrying about the past,
right,
and then worry about the future, which hasn't happened yet, because we start to think of problems that don't even exist yet.
Yeah.
Right.
And put them. I got to people all the time. When you make a decision, you say, "Oh, I should have did that." You really only have a 33% chance that it would have turned out better. Do you realize that? Because one of three things can happen. You could have made the other decision, and it could have turned out worse. Or as the kids say, worse, or or you could have made that decision and it turned out exactly the same.
That's true.
You made it and it turned out better. So sometimes we think, oh, if I did that, I would be in such a better place. Not necessarily. There's a 66% chance that you won't be in a better place.
Right.
That's true.
I think when you follow your gut, though, when you follow that intuition inside you, it's for a greater good. It's something that you may not even see why you did it, but down the road, you'll understand it a little better.
And then think of everything you come across is really going to be a learning experience. You're going to learn what to do or what not to do. Exactly. And I think, again, back to that, give yourself grace. Right. If I made this decision, it didn't turn out the way I wanted to turn out or expected to, what could I do different?
Yeah,
that's true.
So give yourself grace. You made the decision at that time with what you had. Because of course, hindsight is always 20/20. I would have did this different. Yeah, but you wasn't smart back then. You wasn't the brightest bulb in the bunch. Just saying.
That's true. And that was so funny when Andre mentioned that. Because, I was called that one time.
No.
Me.
Clutch my pearls. Oh.
I tell people, I'm a super nice guy. People's like, Jazzie, Corey said that? Corey's what? Oh yeah,
that word nice. And I have this thing about the word nice. I deal with a lot of doctors, and they always say, well, Dr. So-and-so is nice. No, that means he's nice. That means he's getting what he wants. So he doesn't have a reason to be an asshole. Now, it's when you step out the norm and he has to make an exception to do something above the norm. Is he really nice? I'm just saying thank you. It's not being nice. That's because he get what he wants. A spoiled child is going to always be grateful because they're getting what they want.
But you said something earlier about manipulation. Sometimes it's not that you're not doing what you want to do. It's sometimes you're not doing what they expect you to do.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And then you and that's I'm sure that's what happened to you, Jazzie, where they were trying to manipulate you because you are a nice guy, and they called you that because they just didn't get their way.
They didn't get their way, and then when I come out, they say, "I've never seen this side of you before," because I never had to bring this side of me out.
Right.
Meet them where they are sometimes. Meet them where they are.
I see Kenneth said in the comment, he said, it reminds me of Let's Make a Deal.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
Here's a question for you guys. I know I'm not supposed to be the interviewer and interviewee. What do you do? And this is to both you guys when no isn't enough.
Ooh. That's a
Dr. G. Look at that face. Just look at it.
And see, that's what I gotta do with you. I gotta step back and sometimes rethink of what I'm going to say,
Yeah.
because the answer you're going to get is going to make it worse for you,
Yeah.
or the worst is for you.
Right,
So
right.
sometimes, and it's a matter of who no is not enough for.
Right.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with me saying no and you're not satisfied, that problem lies with you. It doesn't lie with me.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Because
I feel
I'm
kind
going
of
to
the same
continue
way.
I'm going to continue to compromise what I'm doing and what I'm going through to please you. And most of the time I'm going to do all that and you're not going to even appreciate it.
Mm.
Right. Yeah. I've had situations like that when people just say, well, maybe you need to think about it a little.
Funny.
Like,
I say
no.
I do. And I'm going to tell you the answer in 5 different languages. No, 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 nut. Nay.
Nay.
See, there you go. Listen,
What
but
reason?
we have to get there, because sometimes you feel like you're just obligated. You want to help everybody,
Yeah.
and not everybody's worth your time or worth your help when they don't help themselves, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, this has been a great conversation. And I have one more question I want to ask you. So I'm going to go back a little bit,
Okay.
Andre. Maybe to your childhood, like growing up.
Okay.
You know, I think it's important, especially when I grew up in it. Like a lot of I tell my niece and nephew, I don't have kids, but when we talk about chores and things you have to do, there were things I had to do on a Saturday morning before I got up. Like, what were your chores you had to do? Maybe even some of your favorite you grew up as a child growing up.
Favorite chores. That doesn't even sound right. A favorite chore.
I mean, I
Okay,
used to like to run the vacuum. I did.
See, you was rich. We had no vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, making the bed was just, kind of went without saying. That was just like something that you just did. Right. I mean, I was always in a lot of different activities. So I think that my parents just gave me grace, because I was in baseball since I was 6. I did baseball. And then by the time I got to junior high school and started doing music, I went to Lincoln High School, which it was the same high school that Miles Davis went to. So it was very demanding. We would finish school at 3:30. I wouldn't get home till 9 p.m. because we were practicing, that much. So and then on the weekends where everybody else was doing chores, I was on the bus going to some competition. So it was really nonstop until I went to college. So thank God my parents didn't. I mean, I don't know how I could have done it all, honestly. You know what I mean? So making up my bed and making good grades was really, that's what I was expected to do. Outside of that, I have a lot. Music really took up most of it. Really did.
So you kind of got that same privilege. My brothers, both of my middle and my older brother, were very, very athletic in sports, because from basketball to football to baseball.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe because I was the youngest, I seem to always get that slap. Like when your brothers, they gone, so you're gonna have to, academically
on you, right?
Yeah, all of it kind of fell on me. Yeah. But I love that. And so this is a segment I like to do just to, make our guests a little calm, think outside of the box a little bit. But I appreciate you answering that. And so what we're going to do now, I will say, we're going to go, coming up next, we're going to do a performance from Andre. He has a new release out, y'all. It is titled Love Against All Odds. It's a new track. It's phenomenal. We're going to play that. We got a segment coming up from Dr. G, Mind, Body, and Soul. And then we're going to have a conversation with Andre Delano right here on Artist Talk. I'm Jazzie K.Ward. It's that
Okay.
it's that ending part, Dre, that I like when you say, oh, I'm just gonna kind of the end when you say it like it's a note, it's like
Right. Let it all hang out. Just give it all. Just yeah.
What did do, Jazzie?
You like
Right. I know. That was in Chicago. We did that in Chicago.
Oh, I love it. And there was a comment said, "Where are the steppers and the urban ballroom dancers at?" Yeah, you can really step on that. A nice slow, nice groove, nice step song.
I was trying to get in there and chat with everybody, but I couldn't think of my YouTube connection.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
And we go ahead. You gonna say something?
At all? Do they ask questions at all? Is there any kind of segment with the people? The peoples.
The peoples.
Yeah, with the
they
people.
do. And yeah, so anybody, so we're streaming on KWardRadio.com as well as Facebook, K.Ward Radio, my other Facebook page, and my YouTube channel.
Nice.
And so if you have questions for our guest tonight, for myself, Andre Delano, Dr. G, please post those there. Chef D in the background is running everything. And if we see questions, we will pop them up. So we got a lot of questions, of course, about Andre Delano, the song. How did he come up with the title of the song? What, is there a meaning or message behind the song? We always want to know about, love against all odds. But before we get into that, don't forget to go over to andredelano.com, which is his website. Check out the website. Do you have any merchandise on the website?
The store is not up, but yeah, there is definitely merchandise, CDs galore. Of course, you can stream all that at this point. But yeah, we're about to put up we have shirts and all the other stuff is about to go up really soon. So keep coming back, and I definitely appreciate the love and support.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Let us know. You have to let me know so myself and Dr. G can buy a shirt, and we will.
That's right.
Definitely market you on the show.
Well, here's the problem right now. I need a shame on you shirt right now because I didn't get the memo, and you guys both have on that shirt, and I wore black, thankfully.
All right.
But, yeah, I didn't get the memo on the shame on you.
We'll get you a shirt.
We'll make that happen.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons we talk about things a lot is people say, "How come you're not rich, Dr. G?" You know why I'm not rich, Jazzie? Tell them.
Because you didn't share my shit.
Wow, I've seen that.
And sharing costs you nothing. Sharing costs people nothing. So we are avid sharers. We share everything. We do not gatekeep because what we holding on to, we'll hold on to for it. Nothing. Just give it up. Give it up.
Just give it up.
Thank you, Jacqueline Anderson.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jacqueline. Thank you so much for stopping by the show. And so I know, so we can have a little bit more conversation with Andre. So Dr. G does a segment called Mind, Body, and Soul. And Dr. G, I'm always looking forward to what words of wisdom and health and nutrition and guidance that you can give us today.
The pressure. Okay. Okay. When you go to the doctor, what is the one thing that you don't like? Most people don't like doing when they go to the doctor. Usually it's the blood work, right? You don't want to get poked. You want to get stuck. So I'm going to give you a way where you have no excuse. When it comes to cancer, we all know the best thing is early detection.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a way you can get early detection, and it will tell you what are your chances of getting cancer, whether it be breast cancer, whether it be lung cancer, whether it be prostate cancer. Guess how we do that?
How?
Saliva.
Oh.
Swabbing the inside of your mouth can let you know if you are prone to having lung cancer, breast cancer, any type of cancer. Now, it doesn't replace getting blood work drawn to detect cancer, but it will let you know what your chances are of getting cancer. Think about it. Prostate cancer. If you are found out early detection, you go from 32% chance of surviving to 100% chance of surviving. Breast cancer, it goes from 37% to 100% survival. Lung cancer, which is really bad, it goes from 9% to 62% survival rate. So you have no reason not to go get tested. Wow. I don't want to hear, I don't feel like going, they're going to stick me, they're going to go draw blood, I'm going to faint. All they got to do is swab. It's actually more accurate than a lot of other tests because just like how do you test for babies? You see if you're the daddy or the pappy. Saliva, swabbing. So all in that spit you just give up, there's so much information in the saliva.
The spit
See, there you go.
the spit you
There you
just
go.
not the spit that you keep, the
Right.
spit that you just give up. I love it.
Don't just give it away. Just let me spit on people. Go get swabbed. Go get swabbed and give it up and learn some important data about yourself.
Right.
Early detection is what we always present, and you have to be your own advocate. I
That's
get it.
true.
The doctor didn't tell me that. I don't want to go to doctor because he's going to find something. He
Mm.
cannot find what is not there. And the one place we don't go, what doctor we don't go to, Jazzie?
Is Dr. Google.
We don't look at Dr. Google because Google will have you chasing this rabbit hole of being sick for things you don't even have.
You'll be up all night.
Up all night. So get those physicals done. If you have a history of breast cancer, prostate cancer, thyroid cancer, have them do the swab and get checked out. Not even painful. Not even painful.
I love that. I love that, Dr. G. And of course, we always know when you go in the OR, we need you to add Andre Delano before y'all start, whatever y'all be doing back there.
That's me pushing the play button. That's me pushing the play button. Or telling my Alexa speaker.
Right. Play Andre Delano.
Thank you, guys. You guys make me feel special.
And we must share because sharing costs you nothing.
Costs you nothing. And let people know how to get in contact with you too, Dr. G.
Dr. G, my website is the applife.info. AppLife, APP, stands for Active Proactive Leads to Prevention.
Nice.
So we're all about health and wellness. And don't forget your copy of Need a Germinator. Get your book too.
It's on the website, right?
It's on the website. Yes, sir.
Here's something interesting, Dr. G. Today is my first day of my fast.
Ooh.
Yeah, I felt like I'm long overdue. I used to do it like every month, like at least 3 days a month. And I kind of got away from it. And I feel like it's time to clean up.
Now, how long do you fast for?
Well, this one, it will probably be a week. I'm leaving on Saturday, going back to LA. So I'll just do it for the remainder of the week.
Now, do you do like a 12-hour fast? You do a 14-hour fast? How long do you fast for during the day?
This isn't intermittent. This is full.
Ooh.
It's full. So I'm doing the lemon cleanse with the
Yes.
Yeah.
Lemon detox. Yeah. Listen, when you start to fast, I tell you something right now. When you go into that autophagy, your body does that switch kicks in. People say, "Oh, when I fast, I get sick. I don't feel good. I have a headache." Yeah, because your body is detoxing all those heavy metals. It's getting rid of all that stuff. But once you get past that phase, your joints are going to feel better. Your gut is going to feel better. You're going to be more focused. You're going to see things a little bit clearer. It just takes a while to get to that point. If for those who want to start fasting, the one way I recommend, you can do what they call a 5-1-1 fast. Try to do 5 days of doing 15 hours, 1 day of extending that 15 to maybe 17 hours, and then 1 day no fast at all. Kind of send your body into that little different shock cycles of what you're doing, and you're gonna feel so much better. Get rid of that, that bad gut stuff. Gut health is everything starts in the gut.
Yeah,
everything starts in the gut,
well,
and then what you put in your mouth.
Yeah. Literally, right. Well, we love that, Dr. G.
She's funny, Jazzie.
She is funny. That's what we love, Dr. G.
It's okay. I'm on my toes. I'm on my toes some days,
And so there's a question for you, Andre.
Oh, is there?
What is your bucket list tour?
Ooh.
That comes from Couples in the Kitchen.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know what? I don't think that exists for me anymore. I think my bucket list tour is a full-fledged Andre Delano tour. Because we think about the bucket list means the things that you really haven't done. I put out so much music, but a full-fledged tour of my own. Because here's the problem. Every time I do music, every time I put a CD together, it's all from someone famous. It's happened. Jackson State, my alma mater, was going to feature me on the field with the My So Fine project. Guess who I got a call from? Lionel Richie.
Okay.
Full Circle album and all the stuff that I did, after Maxwell, intermittently with Maxwell, got another call from Maxwell. The last one, it's just I don't know if I need to exercise saying no again. I do because it's like there's this big draw when you get a call from someone big like that.
Right.
Everybody really just go, right? That's just what everybody thinks, right? I just talked to a cousin of mine. She's older, and she's like, "Well, if you get another call from Babyface, you go now. Here, you hear me?
Right.
It's Babyface."
She said, "You ain't getting no younger."
They love to say that, don't they?
But you know, at some point, you really do have to say, okay, because I know what that is. I know what that's about, and I know the anguish after it's done. Because it's those gigs, unfortunately, that they are not meant to last forever.
Right.
It's not designed to last forever.
Got it.
But when your name is on the marquee, when you're doing the music, when you're the artist that people are coming to see, people will follow you because they love what you do. They love the music.
Right.
That's really the ultimate goal of setting it up. So, couples in the kitchen, yeah. I don't know. Maybe you expect me to say Beyonce or somebody. Yeah, she's fine, but I'm good.
All right. But if she called you, you a go, right?
I'll go to the audition just to get an autograph.
There you go.
I love that.
I think that we should do a world tour with Andre. Me and you be
should.
backup Jazzie, and he be the headliner.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna make that happen.
Let's do it.
We're gonna make that. Hey, Andre, you need somebody to introduce you. You know, hey, just call me and Chantel. We'll introduce you on the stage.
We're gonna be those two guys in all white in the back, dancing side by side. I ain't got to sing. Listen, I don't have the singing skills. I know that. I know my talent, and it's not singing, okay? But I can dance. So we'll be on the side doing
let's go. Let's go.
Listen.
You know what? And also big props to all the people who are side men in this industry, who are background, who support these artists unending. And make them look good, and you never hear their name. That's why you didn't know me. I mean, you know the people I play with, but it's like you give so much energy to those people, and it's like people, you know, of course, when you have a great show, everybody had a great show. When it's a bad show, only babyface gets blamed because they don't know you know it.
This is true. This is true. True.
It's like, you know, a life of being on the road, you get the money and everything like that, but you don't have to share in the responsibilities of when it's not good. So there's a trade-off there, but you know.
Yeah. And that's one reason I'm glad you mentioned, Andre. The reason I wanted to start the segment, it was during the pandemic. I said, well, you know, I'm at home, everybody's at home, come on to show artist talk. So people, well, I wouldn't say it was intentional. Well, it's kind of intentional. So I mean, I know a lot of, if you want to call it, major platform artists that it's an honor to have those guests on the show. But I designed the show for people who I believe have the it factor, which you are included in one of those, because a lot of people say, oh, what you hear people say, oh, wow, he's bad. I've just never heard of him. Or, she can really sing. So when I'm at shows and concerts, see, I'm looking in the back at the drummer. I'm looking at the keyboard, like, who is that saxophone player? I've never heard of him. Or who's that sister singing back in the corner? So I try to find that connection. I got to find out who that is, because as you know, we're so familiar with these artists. There's so much music. There's so much talent out here. And we always seem, I understand, we focus on the main act, which is fine. But how are you going to know? You know how we repeat and play the same music over and over and over, right? But if you don't, like they said, reading is fundamental. That is a true statement. Reading is fundamental. But if you don't read and expand your mind and try to get to know other people, then you will constantly be listening to the same thing and the same people.
I think it's changing, though. I really do. I think it's changing. I think there's a generation out there now that when they hear a new artist do a track and they know they didn't create that track, people are now going, where did that track come from? I want to know who the original artist is of that track. And also you have people who come to a Babyface show now or a Maxwell show and go, you know what? I want to know who the band members are. You have fan clubs that they when you get in that band, that fan club, they know everything about you. So it's changing. It's not like it was where you just came just to see the artist. I think that it's expanding now.
Well, I love that. And you know, so to learn a little bit more about, can you take us back a little bit to how did Andre Delano's journey on the music platform start for you?
How far back?
Way back, back at the time.
How far you want to take us back?
Well, here you go. I wanted to play the saxophone. I'll give condensed versions. I wanted to play the saxophone because my cousin played the saxophone, and we would go to St. Louis. I'm from East St. Louis, so we would travel to St. Louis, which is right across the bridge. And he would be playing to his girlfriend in the basement, and she would be moving and squirming, and I didn't understand why. And she would be moaning, and I was like, "Why is she doing that?" And I didn't even know how well he could play. It didn't really matter to me how well he could play. I was looking at the reaction that he was getting. And then she would lean over and say, "Can you tell your little cousin to go back upstairs?"
Oh,
Hold on, I gotta leave the room. So that's where it all started for me. I wanted to play saxophone because of the girls. It is what it is. I'm not gonna be coy about it. It is what it is. And when my mom, they got me a saxophone within the first week, all them keys and all them notes, and I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "I'm not gonna do this." My mom was like, I can't say everything she said, but we bought this saxophone, so you're gonna play it if I have to hold it up to your mouth. Let's fast forward, East St. Louis, Lincoln, Jackson State University, full scholarship in music. Okay, but I majored in business. I have a business degree. Majored in business. When I finished, I finished at the top of my class in business administration. But there was still something in me yearning. I had to go to LA. I wanted to go to LA because there was music. I had to get it out. Went to LA. And that's when it started. Johnny Guitar Watson, Doc Powell, Bobby Lau, Jeff Lorber, Sydney and Trading for the Gerald Albright on the Jeff Lorber gig. Went from that to Maxwell. Maxwell was like when he first came out, so that was the biggest gig to date at that point. So it went from Maxwell to a lot of old school artists. From Bobby Womack, Earth, Wind and Fire. It just goes on. And then Delano Richie, Usher. We did the Grammys with Usher when he was with James Brown. I don't know if you remember that Grammys, Usher and James, and like doing flips. James was doing his stuff, Usher was doing gymnastics. Right. And we did that with Christina Aguilera, Maxwell, Babyface, Donny Osmond. Donny Osmond, Europe tour. I just did a whole lot of stuff. I managed to do some albums between them. That's how we met, Jazzie. Right. And now, Love Against All Odds. I would love to tell you about that as soon as I cough. The times that we're in right now, and we're not talking about politics because I don't want to, and you don't either. But it is going to take love. That's going to bring. One thing about us, we love. That's what we do. That's what we know how to do, I think, best. We know how to love. And so Love Against All Odds just is a message about no matter what you're going through, no matter how you are being affected by the things that are happening in this world right now, you got to stay grounded. You got to put that love armor on, and you got to do that every day, no matter what, because it's not, hate won't pull you out of hate.
Oh no.
Love is going to pull you out. So that's the meaning. There is a definite meaning behind this song, Love Against All Odds, and that's it. That's the meaning.
It's beautiful. Listen, I'm about to, guys. That's why we like to go old school. Yes, I'm going to stream it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to download. I'm going to stream it. But I still want to have that CD in my hand.
Gotcha. We love that.
It's something about that. It's something about that physical copy. Even if I don't do nothing but put it on the shelf, it's just still something about that. To put your hands on something, make it more tangible. And now I got the explanation too. Oh, listen, I bought several copies.
Right. And you know what I still do today? And my friends I'm a young man, but I got an old soul. So when I get new projects out, right, Andre, when artists send me CDs, I invite a few friends over, because in my house, you're not going to hear anything but music. They say, it's not all you listen to. And so when I have a CD I want friends to listen to, I say, hey, y'all come on, and I have some wine, whatever y'all drink, and I want y'all to listen to this entire project. Nice. And I don't know, people, I just like doing that. So I open up the CD. Yeah. I like the pictures. I'm reading the credits. I'm reading the composer, producer, like who's responsible for all of this. It's the liner notes.
Yeah.
I love doing that.
Absolutely. I think we have certain gatekeepers nowadays that want you to just really forcefully accept the new technology. Make sure that everybody changes over, the change of the guard, change over to this. But it's a whole market out there of people who love what they love. and they
Right.
love
Yep.
say the CDs and things of that nature. And definitely will print up some CDs for this once this project is complete for sure.
Oh, I love that. And I see people come in the room. Hey, Deborah, so good to see you. Al Seaforth. If you don't know Al Seaforth, shame on you. You need to get to know him, Andre.
Okay.
My musical brother, Al
Good,
Seaforth.
Al. Good evening, sir.
He's a,
Yeah, I see
he's,
you. I see you. Someone asked a question. Go ahead, Jazzie. What you want to do?
all right. So
No, go on. Go on.
there's a question. It said, where is your most exotic place you have
Ooh.
played?
You know that term exotic. That could be testy. Exotic. I mean, I don't know. The Caribbean. Caribbean is exotic. Jamaica. You know, played in Jamaica with Lionel. But I think one of the places that really sticks out to me the most was, well, first of all, Singapore. I remember reading about Singapore when I was in 6th grade, how clean it was and how you can get arrested if you throw gum on the street. And that is true. I didn't try it.
Wow.
I didn't try it. I was careful.
All right.
But it is probably one of the most cleanest places I've seen ever. And then Switzerland was amazing. You know, so I've been to, you know, I really like Russia. I went to Russia and played. I mean, I started learning the language, and I mean, Japanese. Yeah, I had a great time just in, just taking in the cultures, learning the languages, and because just like in business, like the best thing you could say to someone in business is repeat their name.
No, that's true.
People love their name. You forget their name, they don't want to talk to you no more. So when you go to a country and you start trying to embrace the language, even if it's funny to them, even if the fact that they see you trying really does, it means a lot to them.
Okay, that's a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but if you go over to Singapore throwing trash on the ground, we don't have no bail money for you over there.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
We'll take it very seriously.
I was going to tell you to say something in Russian.
Huh?
Can you say something in Russian? And what you just say?
I just invited you over after the show.
Oh.
Listen. Let me get my plane ticket. Get on out of here.
And one of the questions I always ask in Japan, "Toilet wa doko desu ka?" And that is, where is the toilet?
Where is the toilet?
Okay, that's muy importante. See, I spoke a little Italian.
You got to know that. You got to ask that because
muy importante.
There'll be a time you're gonna need it.
Oh, I love that.
But it just sounds so good, though. Even though it's something simple, I guess it's just because we're not used to hearing it. It just sounds amazing. But yeah, you need to. That's important. That's important.
Yeah, that's and you know what? Well, music, I think, is so important. Music. I always think about this question, Dr. G. We talk about this, like, what would the world do without music? I think about, like, when I hear your music, your Love Against All, and so many of your other, because I have pretty much all your CDs, Andre. Okay. And I know this is probably a tough question, but do you have, out of your catalog, do you have a favorite or something maybe that stands out to you the most, maybe some of your previous work?
I have go-to songs live. You know what I mean? It's not that I like any one song better than another. It's almost like which child do you like best? That's true. You say that if you want to, you get in trouble.
Well, the best answer is the one that's standing in front of me at that moment.
That's politically correct. You're good. I think that some songs though will lend themselves for a better live performance. So one for me that really sticks out, and I wasn't even playing this song in my set, is from the Maso Fan CD. It's called More Than Words Can Say.
Oh, I love that song.
And that song, it just captivates the audience. And I do a thing where I go around to each instrument and I say, well, if you could no longer speak, but you could play your instrument so therefore your soul could speak, how would you say I love you? Oh, wow. Each instrument in their own musical language would say I love you. Yeah, and the audience would love it, bro. It's like, so that song for me, I'm not gonna say it's my favorite song, but live, it's mesmerizing. You know what I mean?
Okay. So maybe before we leave, Chef D, if we can play a snippet of that, if we have time and when you're able to find it, because all of Andre's music is amazing.
Thank you.
Question I wanted to ask you, I noticed on some of your projects, you do sing.
Yeah. The 4 album, the whole 4 album is vocals.
Right. Do you prefer singing over the saxophone or equal?
Not, I've never considered myself a singer. I like the message. Sometimes when I'm writing a melody, and sometimes you're like, okay, I don't hear saxophone on this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We got a song called Sax Machine on the 4 album, and there's a sax solo, but it's a message. It's a message, and that's the one I want you to listen to, Dr. G.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it's like certain songs just call for certain things, and I think I just consider myself more of a messenger, and my cousin was instrumental in writing a lot of that project, and his vision was, I want you to captivate the audience vocally in the same way you captivate them with the sax. Because he came to several of my shows and he would see me walking through the audience playing sax, and he was like, why can't you be doing that when you're singing? And so we did a whole album for it. So now we got all this material, and I can't wait to get in front of people. I'm gonna lose my mind.
Oh, let's go. I'm ready for it too. Let's go. I'm ready for it all.
So I did get a text message, and somebody wants to know, is there a tour? What's next for Andre Delano?
Spot dates. We're putting together spot dates. I'm talking to people in Maryland right now. I got several musicians out there. We're putting bands together. I'm talking to some people in Texas. I'm talking to Jazzie K up in Alabama, Montgomery.
Yeah.
And so, that's the first step, is to, first of all, continue the campaign with the single. We're thinking about extending the promotion because radio stations are still being added. And we're 7 weeks, almost 8 weeks into our promotion, and people are still adding it. So that's an indicator that maybe we should continue. I think that people are just picking up the song, not because they remember me or not because they like me. They like the song.
It's a good song. It's a good song.
Which is great.
It's a beautiful song.
It feels amazing. It feels amazing. And because, coming back to this, I'm going to be very honest with you, very candid. Mm-hmm. I was like, who gonna remember me? I mean, I really was. I was like, all the years that I spent on the road, and surprisingly, a lot of people are still in place. Radio programmers, DJs are still in place, and some actually remember me. So when we got our first report back from the single being put out, and it caught fire quick.
Oh wow!
I was really humbled. I didn't expect it.
Okay, wow. I love that. And I just want to say hello to a few people. Trust me, I'm not skipping you. And we're talking with our special guest, international recording artist, Andre Delano, my co-host, the beautiful Dr. Chantel Graham, better known as
Dr.
G, is in the house. And I saw my beautiful friend, recording artist, Lisa Marie Williams, who's a bad recording artist. I could see you and Lisa Andre doing a song together.
Hey, Lisa, how you doing?
Lisa, she's amazing. I see Marilyn Ford is also there on the line. I didn't want to skip you. And not Deborah White is there. Kenneth said, any city winery dates.
You know what? I did City Winery. It wasn't my own show. We did just recently. This was actually in December. I'm in St. Louis, so we did the City Winery in St. Louis. We did a show, a tribute to Miles Davis for his 65th anniversary of the Kind of Blue album. And I had to play the cannonball part, and I was really nervous about it. And we went in, and it ended up being a really, really great show. And so City Winery is definitely on my radar. Absolutely. Okay. I got to say this, I see all the people in the comments and the people who are texting you and stuff like that, and I am humbled. Thank you guys so much for being here. Because it is hard when you come on a platform like this and you see 2 people. So that makes 5, the 3 of us and the 2 others.
Well, the thing about it, I always tell my guests too, a lot of times, show just coming back. So when you get a chance, if you go on my K.Ward radio page and even my Jazzie K.Ward page, you'll be surprised. A lot of people go back and watch the replay of the show.
Okay, good.
And people comment. So I always tell my guests, when periodically go back and check, because people send notifications. Then I try to tag you in those notifications, Andre. because people just kept texting me like, well, how do I get his music? What's coming up next with him? AndreDelano.com is his website. And Andre, it's been amazing, my brother, to have you.
Oh no, we can't go. We can't go. Oh, we didn't. No.
We need
the quickest hour ever. That was the quickest hour ever.
Wow.
But that's when you're in good company. When you're in good company, it does, you just lose track of time. And we're gonna bring him back.
I'm a talker. Me and Dr. G talk. And then I have my manager in the background. He'd be like, it's an hour, sir.
Yeah, if nothing else, man, thanks everybody. I can't tell you enough how happy I am that you guys showed up and we weren't just like talking ourselves and complimenting each other's glasses and what we were wearing. Nothing else to talk about. You know how that is. So the website, you can go any streaming platform, Spotify, Apple Music, all that. Andre Delano. Somebody's talking to you right now, telling you get off the line, ain't they? I know. Thank you guys so much. This is great. This is great.
It's right. No, I was laughing. Deborah said, if you go, shame on you.
Absolutely.
Oh, Deborah.
I love that. So, Andre, I do have another question. I'm sorry, Chef D, but someone watching this show, whoever watches the replay, always like a guest to leave with any kind of words of wisdom that they want to follow in your footsteps. So you think about this entertainment. People see lights, camera, action, glamour, and it's not always that. Just like you mentioned, one day you're on the stage with this person, the next day you're like on the bus by yourself. Yeah. Any words of wisdom that you can share with us that maybe someone has shared with you on this journey, on this musical journey?
Yes. I try and stay away from the words hard and easy because they're disruptive to the mind. So if someone says that something is hard, I tend to replace those words. I replace the word unfamiliar with hard, and I replace the word familiar with easy. So that means that if something you're having trouble with, instead of calling it hard, you just say simply it's unfamiliar. That just means you haven't done it enough. So,
nice.
The things that you haven't done enough, well, if you do them, you will the spectrum from familiar to unfamiliar, you will start to leave unfamiliar and you will start to go to familiar. At one point in your life, brushing your teeth, you couldn't even find that one tooth. It was real difficult for you, but you found it. But it wasn't hard. It was just unfamiliar. Now today, hopefully, you brush your teeth every day.
At least once a day.
At least. So that's familiar. So that's just something when I teach students, because I don't like, how when you get a little older, you say, if I was teaching this, I wouldn't teach it the way I was taught.
Right.
I would change it because now I've experienced what it should be.
Right.
So when I teach, I teach that get rid of the word can't, get rid of the word hard, and get rid of the word easy.
Right. I like that.
Familiar.
I'm gonna use that, but I'm using that. I like that.
Yeah. Me too. We're gonna use that.
It just changes everything up there. That's all.
Okay.
And all starts to the mind. That mindset, that shift right there is. I like that. I like that.
I love it. And also Madge Johnson. I don't know if you know Madge. She's also a recording artist. She said, "Thank you, Andre, and I love your music."
You know what? Every recording artist on here, we should be doing a song next week.
You should.
We should be doing a song next week. You don't come on a platform like this and because I'm so into collabing. We said how to say no, but right now I'm saying yes to everything I can. I really am.
Okay, I have this vision. Next year we're gonna do Jazz Festival next year in Alabama, and then we should do a compilation hour. Everybody get a little something and put it together. All right, listen.
There we go. I love that. And so, Andre, what's the best way to reach you? Is it your website?
Yeah, you can go on. There's a contact link on the website. You can leave an email. It goes straight to our administrator. That always gets to me. You can go on my Instagram page, at Andre Delano Music, and you can message me directly. I am approachable.
Well, that's a good thing.
Very approachable, and what good is it if we're not sharing? Like you say, sharing. Right. Yeah, what good are we doing if we're not sharing?
Now, I have a question. I'm looking because I'm a person that I like to follow immediately. I don't say, "Oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow." No, I'm about to follow you right now. So I see 3 different Andre Delanos. Do I follow all of them on Facebook?
Uh, you go to 2 or 3. Actually, go to 1 because the Andre Delano without 2 or 3 is the fan page, and you can follow me there. So you can follow me.
I'm gonna follow all of them.
Yeah, follow all of them. And on Instagram, it's the main one is Andre Delano Music.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
See?
And I'll
And
follow
if you guys think I'm playing, I'm doing it right now. I'm not playing. I'm doing it right now.
That is the
So
challenge for all the listeners. Follow me.
let's go. Let's go. He should have several more followers today
Yes,
because it
go.
doesn't cost you anything to share or follow.
Right.
At all. And so again, Mads, Lisa Marie Williams, if you are listening, Lisa and I talk all the time. She's, y'all need a collab. We'll have to connect you with Andre, vice versa, so you all can collab and do something.
There's another thing too. Go to Seventh Note. This is the company website, and you can hear all the music that I've done outside of jazz, pop, country, R&B, hip hop. We have a production company. We do it all. So that's Seventh Note ENT.com. 7, the number 7, THNOTEENT.com.
Love it. Love it. And you did do a country. So we got so much we need to talk to Andre about.
Yeah.
So what that means, Andre, you got to come back on the show.
There it is. Look at you. Look at you. As I point my brush at you. Look at.
Thank you so much.
First of all, long overdue. Shame on you. And let's get it. Let's get it. This is fun. This is fun. I like this.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I thank all of our listeners. This is my 8th season of Artist Talk. Our 8th season. Myself, Dr. G. I'm sure, Dr. G, when did you join me?
I think season 4 I came on.
Season 4, Dr. G. We are on this journey, and we appreciate it so much. And we are back. We look for each and every Monday, right here, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Come up, check out all these amazing artists. Anybody that has that it factor, and we know my brother Andre Delano has that it factor.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You do, my brother. Can you stick around for a minute, Andre?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave in the first place.
I love it. I love it.
We're gonna put you in the green room, and next time we're gonna have some wine, some cheese. And you want some lemon pepper wings or something back there?
Wow. I love that, especially since I'm fasting. I live vicariously through the people who around me.
Okay.
Yes.
We love that. Thank you so much to our guest, international recording artist Andre Delano. Any final words? I thought it was a great show for us to be back, right, Doctor?
It is. We always do great shows. Not that I'm bragging, but I'm bragging.
Right.
And I just think, again, we just talked a lot about mental health, and some people, you just gotta just take care of yourself. No is a complete sentence. So it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. And the more you do it, the better you get familiar with it. And remember, sometimes you got to be a little selfish and put yourself first.
Yeah. Again, thank you for each of our commenters. I like to, call them also, Dr. G, our co-host. They are our co-hosts on the show, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Again, if you would like to support the show, my address is listed there as well. Website, KWardRadio.com is the website. If PayPal information is there, no gift is too small. We got to run these things. So, send me and Dr. G $2 or something. Send us $2.
I'm not ashamed to take it. It's more than what I had.
Yeah, it's more than what I had. You can join me each and every Saturday on WVAS 90.7, Alabama State University's Jazz Station, from 8 a.m. to 12 noon for Saturday Jazz Affair. And so we're going to leave you, Dr. G, we're going to leave our guests, thank you, Mads, with a little music from Andre Delano. And we will see you next Monday, same place, same time. Remember, make sure you take care of yourself and always be kind to others.
There you go.
We're just waiting. We're waiting. Chef D was gonna take us out or something.
Waiting. Is this what we call payback, Chef D?